Mr. Munjal, before we get into that data and the capex and where the money is coming from, just that point that the government stepping in and doing the heavy lifting, says Rajat Sethi, in terms of capex expenditure, in terms of infrastructure, whether it's to railways, whether it's to house building, whether it's to various schemes, the private sector hasn't yet come to that level of investment that the government would like to see, especially in pushing growth. Why is that? And do you think that perhaps more needed to be done for the private sector to also be able to step up, and also the announcements made for MSMEs, is that something that you think is enough?
So first, the government has been doing the heavy lifting for the last few years because the private sector, you're right, has not invested as much as it ought to have. But that's because the capacity utilization of existing plants has been low. Industry, by its very nature of its business, cannot invest unless the capacity is actually getting utilized. And the wonderful thing about infrastructure spend that the government has done is it has three positive impacts. One is, during the currency of the projects, you create lots of knock-on economic effect, you create jobs. Post-execution of the projects, you improve life for society, industry, economy, etc. And at the same time, you also improve the impression and your rating amongst global investors, global rating agencies. So it is a win-win in spending on quality infrastructure. Mm-hmm. Plus, we do know we are short on infrastructure, so it is the appropriate thing to do. Is it enough what's been done for MSME? I think if we can address the rural economy and small industry, the large industry will, in a sense, take care of itself. They have the wherewithal, and the small industry really needs help at this stage. And I think it's a good idea, using technology, providing support in funding, improving policy framework. Overall, I'd say it's a pretty good job in a shorter speech than normal.